That's old hat. We're not doing that anymore. That's just,
Remember
thank
it.
God. I don't need that. Well, but it's really interesting stuff. It's really interesting stuff. Well, that's really cool. So let me actually go and talk about this week. Let me see. Am I in the right class? I am in the right class. Yay. And make the class bigger and me small. So far, so good, except we talked about, right? What's really important this in this kind of a class is that you're trying to stay on the ball with the videos and with the studying and stuff like that, right? And then the other thing I think that was helpful for our conversation that I would like everybody to think about that listens to the video is in the lab, be physical and be three-dimensional and not too stuck in the computer with the picture. Because the other thing is the models are used on the tests are the ones that you're going to work from. And body's anatomy is the same in everybody, more or less, but there is variations. Things are a little bit to the side, and it's comparative as well, some of it. So keep that in mind, and in the lab, study with tools that Mr. Estrella has for you guys. They are the models. But so this week, so what we came from cytology tissues. I'm integrating. I got hopefully by tonight or tomorrow night I have everything graded. Thank you. The stuff I've seen so far, I really appreciate all you guys' involvement and doing what you can on your end to study the material. This week we're gonna get into the integumentary system, the skin. So we're getting into a first a body system here. And if you have a question, just ask it. Okay, just interrupt me, please. That way I don't, because I'm just blabbing along here, trying to go explain it, but I don't see the chat or your hand. The videos, it's interesting you said watching, you need to watch every video, but I want to make sure like the videos come in voiceover videos, when I talk into the computer, or also in a video that I'm talking in the classroom. Before COVID that was. And so these are the same, it's the same topic. It's the same material, but it just sometimes people like it one way or another a little bit. And so play around with that. All right.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I have to watch everyone, because I don't know, it's just certain things I'm easy to grasp when you're lecturing it, like you was doing in the COVID, or sometimes, you have like some of those like playful videos and then I'll pick up. So it's like I'm picking up, two different things and adding them together. I might pick up some functions in the first video and then connecting it with the second video when you're lecturing, breaking it down.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of why I put those in as well, even though it seems somewhat superfluous, but and I just don't have one where everything is combined. I mean, it's a lot of work to make the videos and edit everything. It's eventually there will be new ones, but that way exactly you get as much as possible. And that's so, and by the time you've listened to this a few times, you're interacting with it, you're also learning it really. It's in that respect not really a waste of time, so to speak. Also, though, what I also have, see in the questions there, where you go in, there's also videos in there. Have you seen that?
When you go
in the questions, I have videos where I solve the questions.
Oh yeah, with the quizzes, yes, yes, I follow along with it. Yeah.
Okay, and because some, when that can also, especially if you're running out of time or something, you can start with those. But then you really have, and I'm, first I was like, why should I put those up? Because then I just watched it. Like, no, that's exactly the point. We process the material, so don't feel bad if you just watch the video and do the quiz that way. That's fine. That's fine with me. It's really about what works for you to process the material. And then this week we're gonna have us a kitchen lab experiment. I start calling them kitchen lab experiments. Because we talk about cells, And I created an activity, of course, I created through COVID, but this one I kept along, even though we go to the classroom, because it's very helpful. So I want you to, when we go through the cell, where is that thing? Here, look at the cell. We have many different parts of the cell. And here is the different parts of the cell that we study. And what I want you to do is I want you to read, as you learn the different parts and what do they do. Like the cell membrane is the shell of the cell. The nucleus is where we have the DNA inside. And so as you learn that, I want you to think about things in your household or in the kitchen that could represent food items or things or whatever it is that could represent that, and create a model of it. Like one part of the cell makes energy, the mitochondrium. It creates ATP, the energy part. And some people, that's a battery, even though of course that's a cake here. But so that would be, for example, something that resembles a function in a household, or it could look like it as well. And you can be completely like this. See this red here, that wobbly part here that goes around, that looks like that in this. But that, see this red thing here, the wigglies.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, it looks, this the endoplasmic reticulum, and that's a part of the cell, an organelle they call that looks like that. And so that person just chose that to resemble that. So I want you to just play around a little bit with these terms here as you learn them, what they mean. They're listed right here, and then think of items in your household or in your kitchen that could look like them or function like them, and make a little gestalt, make a little project and take a picture of it, and then post it in the discussion forum. I think it's a discussion forum. No, upload it. Here we go. We upload it. Okay.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it should be, that, because, the funny thing is I want us to, because I realize over the years of teaching, and I'm very kinesthetic, but over the years of teaching, I realize most of us are kind of like that. And if we learn something with a project, with an activity, we're actually learning it on a deeper level. Even though it seems a little silly, but you're attaching something from the outside with something you're learning, and then that makes you remember it better. That's sort of the mechanism kind of in the brain, the interesting brain. All right. So that will be, I think that's almost it on my front. Does that seem pretty clear? Or, and again, be creative. That it's really about your learning. I'm not going to be nickel and diamond things. I want you to be creative as well. Figure out what works for you. And then the rest is Mr. Estrella stuff. And then at the end, I always have a quiz, a Padlet. Oh, I can't see that when I'm in the student view. There we go. And you just click here on the plus sign and write, at the end of the week, like, oh, this week what did I learn? I really understood the cell, or I really like this part of the class, or I have some questions and it's not quite clear. And then what I do is I go into them and read them, but also it's a place for you guys to talk to each other as well. I mean, you meet in class as well, so it's more, you have multiple places to interact. And the Padlets are really, they're extra credits. They're not like a must do if you don't, feel like. But hey, it's extra credit. Might as well get some points. Especially in this class is, it is quite rigorous. So make sure you collect the points where you can, and early on. Okay. All right. Well, I think, and then that from my end is pretty much how the week would go. Usually we finish up with a Padlet, and the rest you do in a classroom with Mr. Estrella. And you just know in the background, you just shoot me a Padlet. I mean, a pronto, if you need anything, and I'll be right there. I don't want you guys to be, wondering, what does he want? Questioning too much. That's wasted time, And hey, how is the health kit going?
How's the
challenge?
I don't know. It's hard, but then I'm trying.
What are you trying? Which one are you doing?
I'm doing water.
Okay. Oh, that was.
Yeah, I know. I've been doing good though. I've been doing good though, because I haven't, since I started, I have not drunk any soda or anything else. I've been doing nothing but water. So
That's
Yeah.
really good. That is hard, but that's really good. That's really
Yeah.
congratulations. Yeah,
Kind
no,
of hard.
I know. I'm working on mine. I've got so many. It's like the stress goes up, the water intake goes down, and I have to like always watch myself. It's like, yeah, but it's good.
Um,
That's partially why I do these health kits. So twice a year, I do them myself. You know, because it's good to once in a while, do that thing,
to do,
especially
yeah,
something like water. We don't because we don't drink it enough, and yeah, sodas is one of those places that's really it's not good. That's the
yeah.
one place that's
So I
the
have
sugar
little
is.
ones, so it's hard because they
Oh,
want
yeah,
juice box and Capri Suns
yeah.
all day. So
Then it's hard not
it's
to
just
do
fight
it
with
yourself.
them. Yeah,
Well, that more proud of that you're doing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Bye.